Hello, everybody. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed needing a haircut sports analyst.
I need a haircut.
Oh, man. You know what, Lane? You can cut my hair and I'll cut yours. We'll give each other both cuts.
Sure.
But Dan's not invited because he's late to the podcast.
Yeah,
how you doing, Mr. Dashko?
Well, I was watching the Leafs game tonight and just definitely not happy about the result.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I'm not happy about the result, but I do feel they're playing better. Like, if that makes sense. If you compare this team to last month, I do think they're playing better as a unit. I understand they're not getting enough wins out of it, but if you look at the last 3 games, I have seen exponential improvement. Like, at least they're showing up. I mean that overtime goal what Max Domi did was unacceptable. No, don't get me wrong.
I'm starting to think he's played his last game as a Leaf. It's getting to that point.
Well, there has been rumors that Max Domi might be on the trading block. And look, you got to look at it. If you can move Max Domi and maybe what prospects are left, but like
Max Domi is a weird character. He's like,
because he's got talent.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And it's like, I don't know. He's never really stuck on a team, right? Like, he's been the traveler. He shows up on a team. He plays 120 games, and then he's on to the next team, and he plays a few seasons, and he's somewhere else. And I'm starting to see why that is, because he comes and he does bring some out. He does bring some valuable assets in the playoffs. He does bring that kind of playoff. Like, he kind of does play a little bit better when the games matter more. But in the regular season, it says, especially last year and even this year, he doesn't really get a lot done. He doesn't score a lot. He doesn't put points up.
Yeah.
All he does is basically take penalties and kind of ruin the whole momentum swing of the game.
I mean, hello, Mr. David. I'm glad you're enjoying your time gallivanting. And I think with Max Domi, it's part of the issue right now. He's your second line center, right? Because Matthews is out. I have a little bit of a gas or ass that I'm going to bring up later in the show that I want Mr. Morford joining us once he gets his computer. But let's get into some more comments. And I do agree here. I think having from Brandon, having Joseph Woll back has calmed things down for sure. Between Joseph Woll and Dennis Hildeby, you're getting, I would say, average to above average goaltending. Like Dennis Hildeby, sure. I would say you're getting average. I would say Joseph Woll, again tonight, I thought he played very well. Dan's going to come on here, and I can't wait for your reaction, Lane, when he says that Woll needs to be better. But
I didn't think any of the 3 goals were really his fault.
No, especially the last one. I'm more just about poor decision-making. But I do, I from Brandon here again, I could see Max Domi being a healthy scratch. Like once Matthews is back, potentially.
Yeah, I think he's just like Philip Myers has kind of played his way up the team. I think Domi's kind of in that same ballpark.
And when Domi does get potentially healthy scratch, we got to call someone up, and we're calling someone up right now. He was working hard. He used to be on the AAA podcast. Now he's coming up to the big leagues. It's Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo!
He even remembered to turn his mic on. This is what happens when you get called up.
I did.
Put your mic down. You are not Paul, whatever the heck his last name is.
It's on, though, right?
Yes, Dan. That's how we hear you. Good job.
Good job.
So, Dan, we were just chatting about how we think Max Domi might potentially be a healthy scratch once this team starts to get healthy.
Nah, B.
So, let me guess. It's Joseph Woll's fault. Max Domi's playing great. Austin Matthews is a scrub, even though they can't score him out of the lineup. And William Nylander getting no points and getting no goals again in another game is fine.
No, okay, hear me out. That's not the whole scenario.
Did I get the gist of it?
No. Joseph Woll played very well. He made the big saves when he had to do it. However, Joseph Woll's done the same thing that he's done since he's a Maple Leaf. He makes amazing saves, and then he allows terrible, weak goals that deflate the team.
By the way, Lane, he's reflecting to the Adam Fantilli snipe as a weak goal.
Again, this is what
not
happened
a weak
tonight.
goal from a goaltender's perspective. Lane,
Okay.
what's your
I just want
thoughts
to
on
say,
that?
Adam Fantilli, man, I bet he wishes he could just play in Toronto every night of his life.
Oh, I know. I love Adam Fantilli. He's a great guy. I loved him at Let's Go Sens. I loved him on Team Canada, Alan Patilli's great too. I
5
admit,
goals in Toronto's
Domi
last 2 games here. Wow.
Domi did not
absolutely,
play a
Shades,
great
the Ottawa
game.
Senators are starting to pick up a little bit. They're right now tied for the wild card spot in the playoffs with the Lightning.
Domi did not play a great game. He played very weak tonight. However, I look at those centermen. You got Austin Matthews, JT of the Sticks, and I think what might happen is you're going to flip-flop, and you're going to put Lawton as the third-line center and Domi as the fourth-line center.
No.
That's what I could see happen.
No, the problem is, Dan, you can't because Domi isn't good defensively, so he can't be your fourth-line center.
Well, that's why I put Youngplo and Steve Lentz with him, and he'll be fine.
Dan, hold on. Max Domi is a second-line style with a fourth-line skill set. That's the problem.
I get it.
He is still playing like he was in junior where he was better than everybody, and he's not in the NHL. Like, it's just one of those things where, David, I do believe Brady Tkachuk is still injured, or maybe he can't find his skates. Maybe he left them at Sport Check to get sharpened. We've still seen those Sport Check commercials where they sharpen the skates. But
no, I agree. Domi played a weak game tonight, and as much.
Yeah, and the problem is, it's not just a weak game. He's having Max Domi has been very underwhelming in Toronto for me. I really thought he was.
But he has some great playoff moments too, right?
Well,
so what's your point?
But...
Not good. Well, Dan, Max Domi is a -10 this year.
Oh, I get it. He's playing bad. I totally get it.
Actually, he'll be worse than that because that's not counting tonight. So he was out for at least one of the goals. So he's probably a -11 right now.
Yeah.
And in Toronto, he's just never really been. He had one really good year, and his really good year was still only 47 points in 80 games, which isn't bad. But, like, Dan, you go on and on about Marcelli being quote-unquote useless.
Yeah.
And that's your quote.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You understand that's your quote. You're the one who said that.
I am.
Marcelli has 8 points, and he's a +2.
Okay, but it's a big
very comparable
difference.
to Max Domi with less ice time, getting a lot less ice time, putting up comparable numbers,
and his reliability. And Marcelli's ice time. When Domi's on the ice, you feel it. He's hitting, he's fighting, he's winning face-offs.
No,
Marcelli's on the ice, he's invincible. He's invisible.
We're gonna look at some Max Domi stats here. Like, Dan, he's
not. You know I'm right though. You don't even see Marcelli on the ice.
Yes, you do. Marcelli right now is a better player than Max Domi, and it's not a question of mine. Max Domi he has 1 point in his last 5 games.
I get that's bad.
And that's with getting top 6 minutes.
I get it. It's pretty bad.
The minutes, and like he's playing with Robertson and McMahon, who are 2 good players.
They're having good years. Yep.
Max Domi, I seriously think if he doesn't pick it up, he's going to be the one that's traded.
He look like I said. He's a 3 seasons guy.
He can't with his dad and everything.
I don't care about his dad. Well, I mean, I do. I hope his dad has a nice, long, healthy life. But about the Leafs need to stop thinking about legacy because the legacy is choking. Their legacy is it's like Gordon Ramsay trying to eat before he fixes the kitchen nightmare. It's terrible. And something has to be fixed. And until you fix it, we can't just say, oh, we can't trade Max Domi because his dad was Ty Domi. Who cares? I don't think. Do you care that Ty Domi's his dad?
No, I don't care at all.
Or would you just want him to play well?
I'd rather see him play well, 100%.
His best year was when he played with Matthews and Bertuzzi. And I'm sorry, that year, because Keefe wasn't having Matthews defend, anyone could have got 38 assists playing on that line because Austin Matthews was just scoring at will.
Yeah.
Because of penalty minutes, though.
It's a big problem. And let's get back into the comments here from Brendan. I feel Domi needs to be in the top 6 to get the best out of him. Between Keefe and Berube, hasn't really been the case. He's getting top 6 minutes right now, though, and he's failing at it. Number 2, actually, I don't like Max Domi at center. He should be a winger. He's a better winger than he is a center. And I'll tell you, I agree with that. 100%. I don't think you see Max Domi take another shift 3-on-3.
I don't think you see Max Domi taking another shift as a center.
Well, you have to until you get guys back.
Yeah, but once you get a full lineup, I see Domi as like a second, third line winger.
I'll say this right now before I get to the next comment. I would actually rather see Quinlan in the lineup than Domi right now.
No.
Yes, he's a good skater. He's got great speed. He's physical. At least it brings some life. All Max Domi is doing right now I think Max Domi is doing more harm than good. And, Dan, as Brandon's pointing out, it's not like Domi's throwing all these big hits. He likes to scrum and fight, but he's not really a checker, and he's not a huge checker.
No, he's not big enough.
Dan, that's great. You put Domi in the comments. You know what I say about that? Nobody cares. I'm kidding. But look, I just feel with Toronto, I will evaluate. I thought the effort was there.
Yep.
Dropped my badminton racket. I had to pick it up. But
no.
I thought the effort was there tonight. I thought Joseph Woll played really well. I thought Murmis looked good.
He did. Give a shout out to him. I think he's done pretty well since he's been a Maple Leaf. We've seen him a couple games last year as a Maui. We saw him this year at the home opener at Toronto Marlies, and he's looked good at the AHL level. It's nice to see a guy giving another chance, and I also think you got to give credit to Safer, who just got picked off of waivers.
You mean Stretchers, not Schaefer. I really wish the Leafs could get Matthew Schaefer.
I'm sorry. I knew as soon as I said it. I knew as soon as I said it's the wrong name, but give him credit too, right? He has looked well. I mean, he's definitely not going to be in the lineup once we're healthy, but for the time being, he's doing his job.
So Jacob Dixon, do you mean from the Chicago Blackhawks, Mr. David? He's not having you're saying he could be a replacement for Domi. I don't know. He's only got 3 points in 8 games, but I haven't watched enough Blackhawk games to really have an opinion on him personally.
He used to play in Dallas. He was a very good player in Dallas.
And I thought Lawton had a good game as well, too. I like Scott Lawton. They just shouldn't have given up a prospect and a first-round pick for him, but I like him.
That's not his fault.
No, and you have to sometimes not look at the trade that you made to get the player, but look at the player themselves. And Lawton does what you ask him to do.
Yeah, 100%. And don't forget, Lawton was more talented on Philly, where he had more ice time and power play minutes and stuff. In his role as the Maple Leaf, he's not going to get that, right? So you're not going to see the same numbers of Scott Lawton as a Maple Leaf as you did as a Flyer. But I'm okay with that.
Well, let's look at these stats Lane wants to show us.
These are how many times Max Domi has thrown a hit in his NHL. He's thrown 354 hits. Of course, you look at the beginning of his career here, 34, 28, 49, 53, 32, 15 on Columbus there. Then he has this big one there, 54 in 80 games. Only 32 last year, but already 11 in 21 games.
Yeah, he's just playing with that oomph this year he was missing last year. And don't forget,
Domi when I watch it. I don't care about the stats. I care about what I see on the ice.
But don't forget,
Domi took a massive pay cut. Trying to do way too much.
Domi took a massive pay cut to stay here, right?
No, he didn't, Dan.
Yeah. Domi got offered 5.5 ago in Chicago.
And he should have taken it because anyone who offered him 5.5 is an idiot.
But he stayed here for 3.5.
Dan,
and for 3.5, I'm happy with him.
Dan, who
I don't know, that minus 11, though?
Yeah, that's the thing I said, sir.
Lane, Mr. Dashko, do you not agree with me that anyone who paid Max Domi $5.5 million is a complete idiot?
That's a lot, yeah.
That's a lot of money for a borderline fourth-line winger.
But look at Kaprizov making $17 million now, right? Like, what is a fourth-line winger worth nowadays?
Now, I would rather have Kaprizov than 6 Max Domis.
Well, yeah.
Like Max Domi, and
Max Domi clone.
It's interesting here what David's saying about Domi could go play for Waugh. They could scream at each other between the periods. But maybe Max Domi would be better on a team like the Islanders.
Yeah,
like a team that's more about like 4 lines all rolling.
Oh yeah, why wind off the center? I forgot about Nicholas Waugh because I gotta give Nicholas Waugh more.
Waugh's injured as well, so that's what I'm saying. Like realistically. Right now, when everyone's back, you have
Domi's the winger.
Hold on. This is time for the gas or ass that I was waiting for, and then we can go over the rest of the lines. But let's do a favorite game show, gas or ass. Gas or is it ass? Or is it ass? Gas or ass? When Austin Matthews returns, he will be the second line center. And John Tavares becomes your first line center.
Yes.
I'm gassed on this with the way JT is playing. He's your best player right now. He's better than Nylander. He's better than Matthews. He's better than Nyes.
Yeah.
Because is Austin Matthews more skilled? Sure. John Tavares seems to be able to shut down the other team's top line while putting up scoring. So hear me out. You make Austin Matthews the second line center with I don't know, we'll say with McMahon and Marcelli, which Dan's going to hate Marcelli, but I'm just saying it right now.
No, I hear you.
Like it. You do that, and now Matthews isn't shutting down the top line anymore. He can just go out there and play offense, where the top line can be Nylander, Tavares, and Robertson. And actually, if anything, instead of Marcelli, you can put Nyes down on the second line with Matthews and McMahon. Like I'm seeing in the comments, Brandon saying it's ass, David saying it's gas. Lane, you were looking like you were saying ass, or maybe you were just looking at my ass. I do have a nice one.
No, Lane definitely said ass.
It's 100% ass because you forget that Craig Berube, whether or not you like a Captain Underpants or Austin Matthews, he's going to be playing on the first line. He's going to be playing his 49 minutes against elite competition. He's going to be using him wrong, just like he did last year. Craig Berube is going to use Austin Matthews in the role he wants to use him. First line center, shutdown center.
It's almost like he thinks he's Ryan O'Reilly when he's not.
Clearly, that's how he's using him. So I don't think it's going to change. I don't think it's going to change.
Okay, but you don't think it's going to change, but should it change? That's my question. If Matthews,
I think he should be playing against. I think he should be playing against the guys that the other guys. Wow, English. I think he should be playing against the other guys that McDavid plays against and McKinnon plays against. So if you're going to say if you use him as a second line guy in that role where he can play the second line minutes, not second line minutes, but second line like against the other top second line. That's what he should be doing. Instead, he's going up against the Barkovs, the Matthew Tkachuks, the Kaprizovs, the McDavids. Causing a
problem. You're almost better with that being Tavares because Tavares has always been a two-way center, and he's very good at it. Tavares, which actually that is something. If we are talking about bright spots on the Maple Leafs this year, we can't really talk bright spots without talking John Tavares because he is. You know, he's only a couple behind now for the league lead in goals.
That's funny.
He's got 12 goals, 15 assists for 27 points in 21 games this year.
Everyone laughed at me, but I said John Tavares is going to have a great year this year. Everyone laughed at me.
Like John Tavares right now is on pace for arguably a career year for him.
I think John Tavares
I think it's not unrealistic to say Tavares might be a 95 point guy.
I think John Tavares took it personally when the Leafs said you're not worth the money anymore. I think he took it personally when they took the captaincy off him.
I disagree. Well, I agree with that. I actually think the money, taking less money, has actually helped John Tavares because you think about it, every day you play bad, what do they ask you?
Money.
At the end of the day, every time you play bad, every time you get bad play, they're throwing it in your face. Oh, you're making $11 million. What are the core for?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you're $11 million. What are you doing? Now he just gets to go, yeah, I make $4 million. Shut the bleep up.
Actually, speaking of JT of the Six, I have a gasso ass about JT of the Six.
And I think it might be the same thing that's in the comment section. But let's get to our favorite bump, to our favorite game. Is it ass? Yeah, sir, is it ass? Or is it ass?
I think JT of the Six in 2026 will be JT of Team Canada. JT of Canada. I think John Tavares, if he plays this well, he should be in Team Canada with Sidney Crosby.
Microphone. You're blowing everyone's eardrums.
What?
You're like blowing everyone's eardrums out, bud.
I'm excited. I think he should be JT of Canada playing on Team Canada with Sid the Kid. What do you guys think?
Okay, I have an unpopular opinion on it, and I'm going to explain why.
Well, Lane's thinking.
Oh, well.
I need a thing. I need a thing.
Okay. Sarah Jacob.
I am going to say ass. He will not be on Team Canada because of his comments of the Four Nations during overtime where he said he went to bed. That's got to be in the back of your head that this guy just doesn't have the same. I'm not saying he doesn't have the passion for the Leafs, but I also, as a Leaf fan, I don't want him to play in the Olympics. I want John Tavares, and this is the same argument I made with you guys the other day. As a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, you do not want John Tavares on Team Canada.
I do.
He's going to go there, play an extra 8 or 9 potentially playoff-style hockey games, and then come back and be
that's a fair
completely
point.
pooped.
Is Toronto winning Stanley Cup this year?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Here from sorry, I can't quite read your handle, but the dyslexic brain's not working today. But you're
Wilfred
saying
Witzke.
John Tavares will not make Team Canada too old, and that's kind of my point too. And as a Leaf fan, you don't want John Tavares on, and Team Canada as well. I think they'd rather have Connor Bedard than John Tavares on their team.
By the way, I just want to say thank you, Wilfred Witzke 2607. You're your new user, so thank you for commenting. That's a new name.
100%.
Yes,
thank you
very
Welcome
much.
to
Thank
the
you for
deck.
comment.
But Toronto's winning the cup. Oh
No, but he's saying Toronto's winning the cup.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we all know Toronto's going to have a bad year.
Maybe he's
I want a
laughing
Tavares Team Canada jersey. You know, I want a Tavares Team Canada jersey. I think he can really help the
You
team.
can get one. Just get a Team Canada World Junior jersey when he was young enough to play in multiple.
No, but I want the new one. What do you think, Lane?
I'm gonna say gas. Honestly,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I do see what Jacob's saying about the playoff style game, but the way this team's playing, it's more like playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs.
Can't even win a game. They're like they can't even win a game.
You know what?
That's
Right
what
here
I'm
on
saying.
the
Let's take the
island,
positivity
right here at
to
the
the
desk.
team.
Right here at the desk, I have a proposition.
Okay.
If the Leafs don't make the playoffs,
Yeah.
mark down the time code at 25 minutes on the Leafs post-game show.
Yeah.
That I
Mark-
will
November 20th.
take this badminton racket and smash it off my head for 3 straight minutes on the air if the Leafs don't make the playoffs.
Oh,
Ow,
no.
ow,
And if
ow.
they do make the playoffs, Dan, you ready, Dan?
Yeah.
You have to admit that the Leafs didn't win the cup in 93, and it wasn't Wayne Gretzky as the sole reason why they didn't get it done. And Lane, you have to wear my Toronto Argonauts hat for the entire show. You guys are so confident the Leafs aren't going to make the playoffs. Look, I could give myself a concussion here. You guys just have to look like
I'm
dope.
going to get arrested, right? Like the cops are going to come to me and I'm like,
We need silence.
oh.
But I do believe the Leafs will make the playoffs. You guys willing to take that bet with me?
No.
Dan's a baby.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see Jacob just hit himself with the racket for 3 minutes.
I know. That's the tempting
Lane,
part.
if you do it, it's only a minute and a half because Dan's being a baby. You got to convince Dan. I'll leave the room and give you some time.
Maybe we should take him up on it.
I guess we'll have to. I really think Wayne Gretzky cost him the cup in 1993, but he's saying his whole life. Oh, Jacob's still here.
Of course. What do you think? He left?
Yeah.
He just left the room. He's hiding his camera.
Oh, hi, Jacob.
Okay, I've given you some time to discuss. I want to talk to Howie Mandel if I could be on the next episode of Deal or No Deal. Are you willing to take this bet?
No, because I still think they're going to make the playoffs somehow. But
The
Yeah,
Leafs
I
will
would
make the
think no.
playoffs.
barely, though. I think
I would
barely.
say no. I think we're going to do a big play on trade
Well,
deadline.
So you're not going to take my bet because you're a baby.
Yeah, 100%.
Lane, are you willing to do it for a minute and a half and you have to wear the Argo hat for half the episode?
I have to wait for half the episode?
Instead of the full episode. Then we got to
Oh,
get to some comments.
No, because I still think they actually will. So I think somehow they're going to figure it out.
Let's get back to the comments while I make fun of them. Take a Wilson candidate. Exactly. I would take John
100%
Wilson over John Tavares on Team
Wilson
Canada any day of
You
the
see a
any day of
big
the week.
hit we flew tonight in Montreal? Wow.
I would take a guy
him
like
on Team
Tom
Canada.
Wilson on
Brendel?
Team Canada.
Brendan
And yeah,
Shook knows. I
Would
said
you-
this. Brendan knows in the comments. I say every year the Leafs are going to make the playoffs, and then they do. And then he laughs at me, so I'm not going to say it this year.
and I agree with David. It would be a perfect fourth liner, which John Tavares doesn't really suit a fourth line role, which is why for me he's not on my Team
Yeah,
Canada.
but Wilson's a winger, not a center.
Tree is a turd, not one good move. The Leafs
disagree
are
with
not
that.
even 5. They are actually 500 now at 9-9 because 2
Yeah.
overtime losses, which brings us to a whole other conversation we could be having.
Like,
Kerry Fraser cost them. That's an interesting
yes,
point too.
exactly.
Again, at the end of the day,
Gretzky.
we need to have a debate on this one day on the desk because at the end of the day, the Leafs still had Game 6 that they could have killed off those penalties, and they still had Game 7 that they couldn't close out. At the end of the day, the Leafs, and knowing that they just would have lost to Montreal.
I'll be no help because I have no idea what you guys. I have no idea. I've never watched the series. So
1993.
I wasn't even born yet.
1999.
And David's saying doesn't matter if the Leafs make the playoffs or not; they'll lose in first round. No, that is
now that I agree
question. This team is apparently built to be worse in the season, be better in the playoffs.
That's why we're so fat.
Dan, they're not fat.
For the
body shaming them. Remember, Dan.
No,
please keep the chat respectful during our Leaf post game show. Share your thoughts, no hate speech or personal attacks.
It's a known fact, though. The heaviest team in the NHL is Toronto Maple Leafs. On average, their average weight per player is 211 pounds.
Damn, that's not overweight for guys when they're 90% muscle.
I get that, but I'm just saying in theory.
Section, well, Dan body shames John Tavares.
I see him in the bathtub. Look good.
In the bottom six on Team Canada, he grinds teams down and can win a D-zone face-off. Yeah, Brandon, it is an interesting point. I just don't think he will make Team Canada. I think they're going to go younger. We still have to do our Team Canada roster.
Yeah.
JT can't skate fast enough. That is an interesting point, too. Can he keep up with, like, the Swedens and the Finlands?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Team USA looks like a dumpster fire of all the injuries they have. But
can't wait for all the excuses this year.
Duh. We missed our train. But overall, guys, I'm curious if you guys agree with me or not. I do feel the Leafs, at least the last couple games, we've seen improvement. I do think the team is playing a lot better. I'm not so much feeling Craig Berube's lost the locker room as what I was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but
I found the video of John Tavares in the bathtub.
We're not showing that on the line.
It's a commercial.
I don't care.
Oh, it's a good commercial.
Improvement's movement. At this rate, you need more than just improvement. You need
I agree.
It's nice to see they're playing better, but when the playing better doesn't give you points, and playing better doesn't get you.
Yeah, 1 point tonight. Yeah, a point.
But you could also change the argument. They have points in 2 of their last 3. Right? So it's more of a bigger thing. I actually think this road trip coming up for them will be a good thing. I think getting on the road is where you bond as a team, and I don't feel this team has bonded yet. They haven't given each other sponge baths since Dan keeps talking about John Tavares bathing. And coming up, they got the Canadians on Saturday, Blue Jackets Wednesday, Capitals Friday, Black Friday. Go out and buy your TVs. Yes. Penguins on Saturday. And then the Panthers on Tuesday again, Hurricanes on Thursday again, before they come back to Toronto on December 6th to play the Canadians. I think this road trip, if you can find a way to win 4 out of the next 6,
not going to be
yourself back into position. And Dan, I honestly think they can. The Canadians are really, talk about a team that's really struggling.
Yeah, the Ovi got a hat trick.
Well, yeah, but
watch the Montreal. Defend. The Montreal will probably smack Toronto. Watch.
Yeah, and I do agree. Essentially see what this team's going to do.
Yeah.
And Leafs' next 5 opponents have lost. The Leafs' next opponent have lost 5 straight. Yeah, the Canadians have really been struggling. Yeah. So this is the comment I meant to click on. I said I really agree with you, Wilder. It's Leafs peaked last year. Rebuild time. I do think honestly, it's tough though because I don't think they can rebuild. You can't really rebuild until the Matthews contract is done.
Even then, you don't. I don't think you have a first. I could go look, but
I think this year
there's always ways. Teams for some reason will trade first-round draft picks for 4th-line players, and Leafs have an abundance of 4th-line players.
Yeah. I think this is the year. If they don't get it done, the year after will be a rebuild because you got rid of Mitch Marner, you got new guys in. And we're still not doing it. How many coaches can you go through? How many goalies can you go through? How many top 4 defensemen can you go through?
Either that or when the Capitals finally just spend the cap money and stop spending it on top 6 forwards and 4th-line players and just go get a franchise goalie.
Yeah.
That can go get a true number 1. Mind you, goaltending I would say the last few games, goaltending has not been a problem. Like
no,
I thought
Joseph Wall's played good.
Blackhawks, Blues, and Jackets. I thought all 4 of those games the goaltenders played average to above average.
Yeah, 100%.
I think goaltending has not been the issue. To be honest, ever since Anthony Stolarz has got hurt, goaltending has not been the issue in Toronto.
Right.
Can't wait too long like Marner. I do agree, but the issue is that Matthews no move. It's really, unless you pull the Rangers of Jacob Trouba and just say, well, we're just going to send you down to the minors.
Why not?
Unless you're willing to be traded.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I think Woll's playing really well. I also thought Dennis Hildeby has looked at least good enough.
He's really improved this year over last year, Dennis Hildeby. Give him credit where credit's due. I think Dennis Hildeby deserves another start.
He'll probably get one on this road trip. Woll is the type of guy you can't play him every game.
Because Stolarz says he's going to be out longer than what they thought.
Yeah, because he hasn't even now Matthews was skating today.
Right, yeah, which is good.
Yeah, I thought too. I thought Cowan looked. He
did look really good tonight.
I do like the way Cowan is now being used in a top 6 role. I think he either needs to be in the top 6 or in the minors.
I agree.
He's not a 4th line type player. He's either got to be playing with like a Tavares or he's got to be in the minors where he can develop.
100%.
And why would he want to stay? He seems to like Toronto.
Who?
Matthews.
Yeah, I don't know why, but he does.
Yeah, I agree. Cowan looked good. He's a good young player. And he's been a guy that, and thank you for all the comments here. And, he's a guy that's really been a difference maker so far since he's been called back up. I thought he looked really good with Tavares in the 3rd period.
Totally agree.
Straight up, Cowan in the 3-on-3 looked better than Domi did. That's why I said
he did, buddy, enough.
Healthy, I could actually see Max Domi being out of this lineup. The Blackhawks gave up 3 back-to-back. That's poop emoji.
Yeah.
Dan loves the poop emoji. It's his favorite.
I do. It's my favorite.
Let me play devil's advocate for 1 minute, just to be the devil in the room here. I think if there's one player that could agree to being traded is Austin Matthews, because at the end of the day, he is American, right? So he's got no real connection to Canada. The one reason why Mitch Marner didn't want to leave was because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it's still Canada was his home. Toronto was his hometown, and he was just going through, having his wife giving birth to his kid and trying to figure his own life out. Whether we like the excuses or not, we have to live with that's what the life was. And at the end of the day, he still is Canadian and has Canadian, ties here. At the end of the day, Matthews is American. He just goes back to America. And I'm not trying to get political, but at the end of the day, he just goes back to where.
Yeah, you're right.
That was my $1 million question. I've been saying since day one. Why is he a captain?
Oh, he ain't signing with Arizona. That's very, very true.
Well, that's why I said too bad it was thrown out of franchise, right? But you nailed it on the head, Lane. Matthews is not Canadian. He doesn't care the same way.
I don't agree with that. I'm not saying.
You look at this. You got Matthews, who's no movement clause potentially. You got William Leonard's no movement. You got John Tavares with no movement. Max Domi has a modified 13 teams you can't even trade him to.
That contract with Max Domi was such a bad contract.
That was a doofus contract, was it?
No. Wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you got a modified no trade clause with Dakota Joshua, 12 teams. Carly Yarncroc has a 10 team.
Why is Joshua no move clause?
And then you got all these guys, and then on defense you got Max. Sorry, don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You got
We're
Morgan
better
Riley.
than that podcast.
No movement clause.
I'm
just kidding. I know, no hate speech.
Clause. 16 team no move. You just can't trade these guys.
Now the good thing is with 16 and 8 and 10 no move, at least these guys they're movable.
Yes.
Look at this. You got even Stolarz now is now a 16 team no trade list. And Wall will have an 18 no trade list.
Because I'm going to call it right now too. I think there's a good chance you see Brandon Carlo on the way out.
I think I'll give him another chance. You gave too much up to get Brandon Carlo.
But then you can't always go on to what you gave up for someone. If it's not working, it's not working. Look at the Carolina Hurricanes. It didn't work bringing in Rantanen, and they pivoted and still got some good players.
Right.
If you got to look at it, and long story at the end of it for the Carolina Hurricanes, they ended up trading Natchez essentially for Taylor Hall, Stankoven, and 2 first-round picks. At the end of the day, Carolina did a good job with a pivot. That's what
they had Langland for a month and a half.
That's what they need to try to do with Brandon Carlo, is try to pivot. And yeah, I do. Honestly, I've been kind of disappointed in this team Tree Living has built. Like,
yeah.
The problem is,
I
don't feel Tree Living and Berube are on the same page.
No, it doesn't feel like it, does it?
Wool slides around like a freaky Gens ball.
I mean, he's amazing how he moves from post to post so quick.
He wiggles around like Dan. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Canes scored. Oh,
yay!
We can always update you guys on some hockey right now.
Ottawa's up 1-0 against Anaheim. Hey, Nick Cousins got the goal. Good for him.
Aren't you?
4th goal of the season. He's having a pretty good year for like a 4th line center.
Oilers lost again, by the way. Edmonton's as much of a dumpster fire as Toronto.
Good. Well, did you see Statcher's comment after he got cleaned off waivers to Toronto?
Yeah, he seemed like he wasn't very happy in Edmonton.
He said he was happy to leave the dumpster fire of the Edmonton Oilers. I'm like, holy moly.
But like, we have the Panthers beat the Devils today. That's a bit of a surprise. Panthers are, they've been up on the upward trend. They started off really slow.
It's starting to look really good. Brad Marchand, what a year he's having. Wow.
And you have your David, your Blackhawks losing to the Kraken, or as I call them, the Seattle Karens. Rangers and Habs are tied at 2. Sharks are beating the Kings right now.
Whoa.
Stars and Canucks tied at 2, and Senators currently up 1-0 over the Quackenators.
Wow.
And let's get back to some comments here. Could definitely see the Leafs trying to get value for Carlo. Big right shot D. Team that is desperate could definitely overpay like Tree did. And that's my point.
Yeah.
If this team's not working and Carlo's not working, let's move him and get someone that does work here.
Can we get Fraser Mitten back from Boston?
No, I don't think I Fraser Mitten.
Yeah,
I like Cousins. He's a little devil, and he snipes hard. Honestly, I would love to see the Leafs go for guys like that.
For sure.
But
we're starting to get fair with Dakota Joss.
They're playing better. But they're playing better. But to Lane's point, playing better isn't good enough. Playing better has to turn to wins. So that's what I'm saying. If they can go 4-6 on this road trip, I think that's got to be the goal right now. I think the goal has got to be, and see, look, we're getting some agreements in the comment section. Good old yep. In the comment section that the Leafs just need to play. They're playing better, but now they got to get wins. Points in their 2 out of the last 3 games is a positive.
It's cute.
Now they need, I would like legitimately, you look at that road trip and it is the ability to get some wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Because the Canadians aren't very good. The Blue Jackets, you almost had them tonight. I think you have a good chance you can beat them. Capitals are inconsistent. Yeah. Penguins, that's a tough one. Panthers usually beat them in the regular season, lose in the playoffs. Hurricanes will probably lose. You should be able to beat the Canadians. You should be able to beat the Lightning. You should be able to beat the Sharks.
Oh, that Lightning game and Sox game, I don't think it'll be walks in the park.
Now, those ones you're back at home. But what I'm saying is, like, if you look at the next 6, if you can win 4, so if you can beat the Canadians, Jackets, and Panthers, and then find a way out of some of those, and Capitals, all of a sudden you have a very good chance of winning 4 out of those 6. And if you can do that, this team's in a very upward trend. I would say, like, I think this group has until Christmas.
Because that's the thing. This division
really figure it out.
Division.
Road trip is the season. Yeah, honestly, you could argue that the road trip's the season.
100%.
I think it's maybe a little early to say that, just because there's no one in the East that's really running away with it right now, and that's the only very good benefit for Toronto.
Yeah, literally.
Look, the only thing is, I will say with the Panthers, they seem to beat them in the regular season and then lose to them in the playoffs.
But the Panthers are starting to look good now.
Yeah, but
you look at Brad Marchand, right? Brad Marchand's the Leaf killer. He's got 12 goals this year. It's like a 37-year-old. I mean,
he won't even take the Leafs offer. He knows the Sens will be a better playoff team. I mean, I personally, again, I would love to see the Leafs get a guy like Shane Pinto.
Like 4-11-8 right now.
Every team in the Metro is over 500. Yes. But what I'm saying is no one's running away. The Red Wings have 25 points.
Oh, my bad. Marchand's got 23 points in 18 games. Like, he's really dominating.
But let me just finish this, Dan. The Red Wings have 25 points, right? Bruins have 24. Panthers have 23. Senators have 22. Canadians have 23. The Leafs have 21. This is my point. Like, yes, the Leafs are not playing great. They are right now 4 points out of first in the Metro. I mean, in the Atlantic, sorry. That is a very, very, very different situation than even if they like the Metro right now is the best division in the East.
Oh,
but being in the Atlantic, no one is really running away with that division, right? So if the Leafs can just find a way to string a couple wins together.
So maybe we can win a wild card at that point.
And I've said this once and I'll say it again. In the NHL, winning the division means absolutely nothing. You just got to get into the playoffs. And I do agree, Wilder. It really is a saving grace that the Leafs in the Atlantic right now, no one is really running away with it.
100%. Yep. Saving grace for sure.
So the Leafs are still very well in it. It's not like they're in the Metro where it's a really tight race for the top between the Hurricanes, Devils, and Islanders.
Yeah. Who had the Islanders on our bingo card?
I did.
Yeah, I know, but
that's I really like that Islander team. They're a team that's built to win in the playoffs. They got good goaltending.
First overall picks looking incredible.
Matthew Schaefer, everyone. I argued with so many people when people told me Matthew Schaefer was a bad first overall pick, and I'm like, nope, he's going to be great. I think he's NHL ready. And Matthew Schaefer is arguably, I'm going to say this. I think Matthew Schaefer might make Team Canada.
He's on their list now. He's on their list now.
He should be. He's killing it this year.
Well, you look at Poinko in St. Louis. He's really struggling.
To me, right now, for Rookie of the Year, it's not even close.
I agree with that.
Like, Matthew Schaefer is the guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I totally agree. I can't even think of enough. Easton Callan, like, he's playing better, but he's not at the same level, right?
Matthew Schaefer is currently tied for first in points by rookie, only he's tied with Dandanoff and Montreal with 15. But Schaefer's doing it as a defenseman.
Right.
Yeah, it's insane.
Dandanoff could be another good pick. I really like him.
He's playing really well. It was a really smart fourth-round pick by the Canadiens.
Yeah, wow.
A guy that they weren't sure if he was ever going to come here, but it was a good gamble. They could just shake around like a wiggly bird. Yeah, they could. I mean,
like Paul Poinko.
Speaking of the wiggly birds, you got to think about the Blue Jays were absolutely dog poop to start the year. They were 25-26, and then they went all the way to the World Series. Right? It's too early in the season to write a team off, but I think they've been playing better. Now they need to take this upcoming road trip to really start to turn things around. And, man, absolutely, Schaefer is a stud. I actually think that World Junior team last year, if Schaefer didn't get injured, they might have had a better result. He's that good of a player. Like, I think he's really showing that he is a top player. Look, I'm going to put this out there right now. Never mind rookie of the year, North. He keeps
talking Norris trophy.
He might be in the Norris conversation.
He just might. I mean, it's kind of tough with Cale Makar and stuff like that.
Playing better than Makar right now, in my opinion.
No, I know. But I was going to add to your point to Team Canada. Like, I actually say gas with you on Team Canada comment, Jacob. Because you look at Poinko. Poinko was great in the Four Nations. Tough, physical, big guy. But one thing we're forgetting about is the Four Nations is a very different style of hockey than the Olympics, right? And right now, Nations is more like an NHL style. The Olympics is more like an IIHF style. It's not as not as much hitting and stuff. And Paul Poinko this year only has 6 assists in 20 games, 0 goals, and a -4. It's not really Team Canada quality at that point, right?
I think Matthew Schaefer.
I love the guy, but especially when you have your guy Lane on Team USA plays the Carolina Bears, Jacob Swayman.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Right, exactly. You need someone like that on Team Canada to compete against him. So the closest actually might be safer in the Islanders.
Like Matthew Schaefer this year's got 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points, and he's a +7.
On the Islanders.
On the Islanders. He's been a huge you gotta look, right? He's pretty much a plus player every night. Like when you look into the game logs.
And America has Lane Hudson too, right?
And you gotta remember too, like Schaefer against Detroit tonight played 24 minutes. Against Dallas, he played 21. Colorado, 21. Utah, 25. Vegas, 25. It's not like they're not playing him a lot of minutes.
Impressive.
They're playing him big minutes, and he's making a big difference. And David's giving us some advice that don't cut your finger at the dinner table.
That's because that's a good move. I would not cut my finger at the dinner table.
I cut my hand open.
$20, right? But
I cut my hand open
one.
once, and I was trying to separate burgers, and I thought Dan was going to pass out.
Oh, it was a lot of blood, bro.
That's a lot of damage.
That's right.
Hughes hacked that up with a butter knife eating crap is what they said. Wow. That's an interesting. It's an interesting.
Boy, that game in Vancouver, Hughes, he won that game. Holy cow.
And yeah, honestly,
like I was saying,
Matthew Schaefer is on my team Canada. And there's a lot of other I think Schaefer is arguably a top 5 defenseman in the NHL right now, because I've watched some Islander games. It's not just the stats, it's the way he's playing.
Exactly, yeah. Look at plus-minus level, too.
Like, it's nothing against Standout for Rookie of the Year, but to me, if this continues, it's a slam dunk being Matthew Schaefer as Rookie of the Year. This kid's insane.
Yeah, I think I know.
The guy that barely played last year is being arguably he's only 18. He can't even buy a beer anywhere except Quebec.
Yeah.
And I guess like Paris, France. But and he's playing at such a high level. Everyone thought they were crazy when they traded Noah Dobson.
Yeah.
And now you're seeing why they traded Noah Dobson. They didn't need him.
No.
Because Matthew Schaefer, I think, is better than Noah Dobson.
Yeah, I mean,
as much
Noah Dobson's having a good year in Montreal, like 12, 13 points plus 4.
I mean, I always wanted the Leafs to get Noah Dobson to play with Morgan Riley. That's always what I wanted. But
yeah, that would have been really cool. But
wait, apparently you look like Dominic Hasek.
I look like Dominic Hasek.
Interesting.
I wish I was as talented as Dominic.
Well, Dominic Hasek had hair. He didn't have hair in the end there, but yeah, maybe back in the day, in his Buffalo days.
I wish I was as talented as him.
That'd be pretty cool.
I wish I had him.
You remember his crazy helmet? Yeah, he wore like a player's helmet as a goalie with like a giant chin strap. It's very unique.
But I want to ask you boys quickly. This is an NFL topic, but how scared were you when you saw Josh Allen go down?
My heart sunk.
What happened to Josh Allen?
Josh Allen took a hit from behind, and he's barely thrown the ball since.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Like, the Bills are losing right now, 23-16 to the Texans. And ever since he's taken that hit, he's only thrown like 15 yards. Damn. And that hit was like 2 quarters ago.
Yeah, it's bad.
If Josh Allen is hurt, this Bills team is screwed.
I think so, because New England's being so good this year. No one had New England on a bingo card dominating the way
No, but I mean in general, like, just this team is built around Josh Allen, and I don't see the Bills. They're going to have to call the Argos and see if they can get Nick Arbuckle as part of their partnership, because they're going to need a quarterback. They need a quarterback if Josh Allen can't throw the ball.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I know we haven't talked. Well, I thought we were going to bring this up on the pre-record, but
we will. I just wanted to ask you guys about the Josh Allen thing, because that's happening right now.
Do we think there will be any big CFL players to kind of jump the ship? Or you think they're going to be a little bit skeptical after what happened to?
I'm going to save for the pre-record for that one, but I do have one player who I think could very well.
So you're going to
just for our new listeners live on the air with us tonight, we do have pre-recorded episodes as well as on iHeartRadio and Spotify and what's that one, Podbean or something? Jacob?
Podbean, yeah.
Podbean, yeah. So, when people new to the show, we do have these live episodes on YouTube and Facebook. We do have pre-record ones as well.
David saying these might be a little karma for the sack on Mayfield last week. Mind you, the hit on Josh Allen wasn't dirty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just football. Football's a physical sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh Allen's from behind, right? So,
but he was also running. Like he was
I went to running
at that point.
Yeah, like a free player at that point. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm just saying, because that's the big NFL game on right now with the Bills down currently in the fourth quarter, 23-16, and the Texans have the ball. 3rd and 9 at their own 26. So
Thursday night football.
Very curious to see what happens there if Josh Allen ends up being injured.
Yeah,
if Josh Allen is injured, I think their backup's Trubinsky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's okay, but he's not.
He never. Hockey news, you see Guelph got rewarded the Memorial Cup for the 2027, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, maybe we'll be able to get some Memorial Cup games.
It's the nicest, not like, usually we're in London, because I guess London has the biggest stadium, so in theory it makes sense. But it's nice seeing a different place, too. So
Dustin on the potty. Very interesting. Don't cut yourself at the dinner table while you're dusting on the potty.
That's right, yes.
But I'm just saying it'll be very interesting to see if Josh Allen ends up being hurt. But I'll have to find out more about that after the game.
That'd be interesting.
And do you guys want to see it? I have the play on how he got hurt.
Yeah, let's see it.
I have found it. It's not the best quality, so I apologize. But it's good enough.
Set.
Now, Ty Johnson is off to his left. He looks that way, slides to his left.
Yeah.
He gets hit.
That's how he got hurt.
Yeah. You can see how his head kind of hit the turf hard at the end, right?
And it's not a head injury, it's a wrist injury. In my opinion, it's not really hit. I'm calling that out. I don't think that's dirty. I think that's football. I think you need better. I think as a quarterback, you need better awareness.
Well, especially when you're running with the ball, right? If he was in the pocket still, it's a little different. But you're running with the ball, you're kind of free player at that point.
But he was technically behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, I thought he was past the line of scrimmage. Looking again, he was technically behind.
True.
But time will tell, right? It'll be interesting to hear an update on Josh Allen probably tomorrow. But I'd say on that bombshell, it's time for us to wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. Make sure you're back here tomorrow as the pre-record will be out. We'll be live on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podbeam, and so many other places. Dan would love to be paid like Rick DiPietro. He's still being paid.
Oh, yeah, for sure I would.
But thank you
he's
very
still
much.
Getting paid right now.
And thank you very much for joining us at the desk where every day feels like game day. We'll be back tomorrow with two shows, because we have the pre-record, plus I will have the headlines. So make sure you step on in, join us at the desk, get a comfy chair, because every day feels like game day, so you got to be comfortable. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye.